in terms of, that one decision, and if I was to go back in time and speak to myself as I was getting into my career, is how I framed this one. I think my parameters, in terms of how I was looking at myself, and Nidhi spoke about it, or just the decisions that I was taking were very narrow. Most of the time it was around only the business outcome, or only the team, or only the career, or only the profession in that sense. So if I had to go back and I had to do it all over again, I would widen that quite a bit. And honestly, Pankaj, I don't know what this full stack person that you spoke about means. But if it is any closer to what I'm thinking, I would say there are multiple aspects to us. And I think as we track ourselves, I don't know what that book says, Nidhi, that you were alluding to. But if I look at myself, those multiple versions of me need to all play together. And I need to start that much, much earlier.
So many a times I realized that when taking some decisions, we are thinking many a time inadvertently also about our own self, about our style, about our thinking, about our whatever. I think if somehow at any point in time, the purpose or the goal become the only North Star and everything else becomes subservient to it, that would be much more better. Although I also have always strived to think about the goal as the main thing, but many a times I am also limited by my own leadership style, my own approach. So for example, I am a type of a person. I like doing things in a certain way, but some other situations require me to do things in a certain different way. So let's say I'm very inclusive, but sometimes it requires me to act very quickly, this thing. Sometimes you can't consult everyone, all of that. That's not, my second nature. So I have tried to stay away from taking that stance. I think many times when the situation also required it. And similarly, I'm sure there are leaders of a different variety whose natural style is X, but some other situation requires to Y, Z or whatever. So I'm just taking extreme example. So I think if somehow we can look at our own self as a variable in the equation, which is hard because we think of ourselves as a constant, that is the only one thing I would remind myself, and I would remind everyone to say, if we can do that, I think we'll be more effective.
Tanay talked about being accused, I think, a couple of times. I have been accused of being too much of an idealist. That there's a certain moral compass and principles that I would always take precedence. I would make them take precedence over sometimes a business situation. And I do realize that there is a fine line. You can balance pragmatism with idealism. And that's something which I've had to recalibrate over the last few years. Still learning, but I think that's something which I wish I had done it earlier. Because at times my own team has perhaps suffered because of my idealism.
Some things very early in my career, and which whenever I speak to campus grads, which I used to do quite often, was to always tell them to be more uninhibited in reaching out to people, to not feel intimidated, to know that they have the luxury of making mistakes, and even if it seems stupid, so be it, because I felt that if I had been a little different, certain things or milestones in life would have not been as stressful to go through as they were. So it's more around if you may be at the bottom of the pyramid as far as hierarchy is concerned, but that should not make you feel that you don't have the ability to reach and widen the scope of seeking, acquiring information and asking for help.
And so this is to put Shubhayu on a spot in here. And he's one of those who's got multiple hobbies that is in him, and very multi-talented in there. One of those is his beautiful resonating voice that he has. And from this organization that we spoke about that you all work, there used to be almost an anthem. And Nidhi and Pankaj, you haven't heard those words and songs, which would any gathering he would kind of do. So I won't put him on a spot by asking him to sing. But for now, if you had to hum a line that resonates where you are and what you're wanting, what would that line be? And you can sing it out or at least speak it out if you choose, Shubhayu.
Good one.
Yeah, so that's kind of putting me on the spot. But honestly, I think, strangely enough, I have a ready-made answer, which is कल क्या होगा किसको पता, अभी जिंदगी का ले लो मजा.
Very nice.
In your baritone voice, that would have sounded even better.
You're very complimentary.